Hey guys. Okay, so I was gonna make a whole separate video and upload it today and all this other stuff, but I thought what is it? It's Veda, so why not do it vlog style? So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about I wanted to do another video of the married life, and I wanted to talk about being rushed and forced into marriage. I feel like in some senses I was rushed or forced into marriage. I have been with my husband since we got together. When did we get together? December 15th, 2010. We got married December 12th. No, sorry, December 15th, 2012. I feel like our relationship was just kind of crazy to begin with. For the longest time, I always kind of like pushed it off, and I didn't want to be in a relationship, and I didn't want to be with him. And just because of my previous experience and the relationship I had been in the past, so I wasn't about that life at all. When I finally accepted to be with him and, you know, to be in a relationship with him, it was still kind of standoffish to the point where I made it very clear to him that I wasn't 100% ready and committed to be in love with somebody else, but that I was going to give it a chance and, you know, try it and see how it went. So our first 3 months of being in a relationship were kind of like iffy. In April 2011, was it April? No. March. It was probably like March 2011. I was forced to move in with him due to some issues I had with my dad. When I was living in Texas, I was living with my dad, and things just weren't, you know, we weren't seeing eye to eye. And I mean, that's a whole different topic, so I'm not going to get into it. But I was pretty much forced to move in with my husband. At this point, we had just been dating for a couple of months, and it was just kind of like I had no other choice. After moving in with him, I lasted about maybe a month living with him, and I wasn't ready. I wanted to be with him, but I just felt like it was so forced for us to live together that if you know me personally, or if you've heard any of my previous videos, I have, with my ex, I moved in with him super quick, like straight off the bat, and I did not want to do that with my husband. I wanted to take my time. I wanted to, you know, go through the motions with him and then work my way into moving in with him, but that didn't ended up happening. So the first month I was with him, well, the only month we lived together, it was, I mean, everything was fine as far as, you know, living arrangements, you know, being together. I loved being with him, but I just wasn't ready to live with him. So it just wasn't working out. And moving back with my dad, it was kind of like I would go back to visit and stuff, but it was just hit and miss. We were constantly, you know, bumping heads. I'm so sorry about these kids being so loud. Close the window. But I was constantly, we were constantly bumping heads and arguing, and it just wasn't a stable, like, healthy, like, environment for me to be in. So, sorry, let me close this curtain. Whoa, knock this stuff over. So yeah, that wasn't an option. So the only thing left for me to do was to pack my stuff up and move back to California. So I ended up moving back in April of 2011, I think. Yeah, I moved back, yeah, in 2011. We were still kind of going through the motions, me and my husband, trying to figure out what we wanted, if we wanted to live together, if we wanted to move together, if he wanted to move out here. Again, I was very, very clear with my husband, and I let him know, you know, if you do decide to move out here, do it because you want to move out here. Do not move out here for me, because if things don't work out with us, I don't want you to be out here and for you to feel like I'm the reason that you're out here. So I was extremely clear with him about all that. Now, he ended up coming out here in I think he came for 4th of July weekend. We were still on and off, not on and off, but we were still dating long distance, I guess you can say. He came out here for that weekend, and not even a month later, he decided that this is where he wanted to be. He wanted to live with me. He wanted us to be together and grow a relationship, and yada yada. Dallas is looking at me like, what are you talking about? Y'all see him? So, what else? Oh, so after we moved in together, after he moved out here, like in August, I believe it was August, you know, he packed the stuff up, he came out here. He was initially supposed to come out here and stay in San Diego, but that's not where he wanted to be. He wanted to be with me, and he wanted our relationship to grow and whatever. So he decided that he wanted to live in Fresno. So that's what he did. He packed all his stuff up and he came out here. We were together. At this point, we weren't so engaged, and I felt like that's 2011. So now we're living together again, and it's just kind of like whatever, just kind of happens. December, no, like July, no, when was it? August. We got engaged December 15, 2011. And when we got engaged, it was just kind of like awkward. Not necessarily because it was a bad thing, just because I didn't expect it, and I remember just laughing the whole time he was asking me. That's a whole different story. Anyways, so we got engaged, and when we got engaged, it was just kind of like I knew we were gonna get married. I just didn't think it was gonna be a year after we got engaged. And I feel like a lot of the times we were kind of forced to get engaged and rushed to get married, because his mom is very like Christian woman, and I put emphasis on that because I feel like she's one of those Christians who use God for everything. Like I don't know if that's making any sense. And I'm not trying to like throw shade at anybody who's religious or anything like that, because I do believe in God, and you know, but that's just the way she is. And she's always, everything is God this, God that. Like the most irrelevant thing that has to do with God, she's all about God. But she's very like two-faced, I guess you can say. So she does certain things that aren't the godly way, but she expects her kids to do it the godly way. I don't know if that's making any kind of sense. But so for a very long time she kept calling us and pretty much harassing us, that you know, that in God's eyes it doesn't look right that you guys are living together. And then she would call me and tell me, how could you be like the whole, I don't want to mess this up, but the whole why, how does it go? Something about the milk and the cow, and why are you doing this? Why would you want the milk? Why would you buy the milk when you could get the cow for free? I don't know, something like that. But that's just the way it was. And it was so, I felt like so rushed, and so like constantly being harassed by her. That, oh, you guys need to get married. You guys have to be married. It doesn't look right. In order for you guys to get blessings, you guys need to be married in the eyes of God, and this and that. So she pretty much pushed us into getting married so early. Now I love my husband, and it did take me some time to realize that I was in love with my husband, but I hate the way it went. I feel like right now we could still would have been dating. I feel like there was a lot of things that I didn't really know about my husband, and he didn't really know about me before we got married, because we were kind of forced into marriage. Kind of like just to get her off our back. And that's one of the things I regret the most. Not the fact that I got married to my husband, but the fact that I let somebody influence when I was going to get married. Would I change anything that had to do with my wedding? No, because at the end of the day, I got to marry my husband, and I love my husband. But I would change how we went about it. And yeah, it was a mess. And I wanted to share my wedding story with you guys, but that's like a 30-minute video, so I'm gonna have to do that at another time. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, that, you know, if you feel like, don't let other people influence you when it comes to when you should get married, why you should get married. This should all come from you and the way you feel. Sometimes parents, as what I mean, I'm not a parent myself, but from what I've seen of dealing with my parents, they can be a little bit over controlling, and they still see you as a child. What do you want? You're not getting no shine time and you want to talk? Yeah, he's gonna start barking. But anyways, they just, I mean, I'm sure they do it out of love and because they love you, but I would never do that to my child. I would never force them to get married. I would let them take their time to get married when they wanted to get married, with who they wanted to get married. And if they wanted to experience living with somebody, then to experience it. You don't have to, you shouldn't be forced into marriage just because you're living with somebody. Because sometimes living with somebody, it doesn't come out of your own choice. It's a necessity. It's something that has to happen. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. The fact that, you know, marriage is such a huge deal. And I feel like if I wasn't as strong as I am today, I would not have lasted past my first year of marriage. Because there was so much that I didn't know. There was so much that I didn't know about him that he didn't know about me. So there is a lot that was not said, a lot that we missed. And I feel like if I wasn't as strong as I was, we wouldn't still be married today. So yeah, so just remember that, you know, when you get married, you're getting married. Not your mom, not his mom, not your dad, not his dad. It's you. It's your marriage, your wedding, your day. So remember that if you're not ready and if you don't feel like you're ready, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It just means you're not ready, and that's okay. It's okay to not be ready. It's okay to take your time, and it's okay to explore your relationship with that person before you guys get married. But yeah, that's kind of just my little 2 cents when it comes to marriage. And I will go ahead and upload this now. And I did do the vlogs now, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. I love y'all, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.